Well, the revolution started. It started at 3, ends at 6, but we've had a revolution going in Worcester since early this morning. Matter of fact, the revolution happened once the disaster happened. The Red Cross had immediately put the boots on the ground, and this is what they do, folks, and I've said this over and over and over again, and then they worry about how to pay for it. It's just the most unbelievable organization that I've ever been involved with, and someone that I've had a great pleasure of getting to know and really like. She's a great friend of mine, and she's here today. Nicole Valentine, she was here this morning. She's about ready for burnout.
We're okay.
You're just a sweetheart. Nicole, thank you for what you do every day. You make such a difference in people's lives. Those faceless, those nameless people that we don't know. We sit here and all we can do is kind of chip in a little bit and hope that today will be that day that we make that big difference to allow the Red Cross to continue to do what you do every day.
Today is the day, and it has been the week. It's been an incredible fundraising effort on behalf of the clients in need, and it's all because Worcester does care, and that's why we're here today. And to see the outpouring of support, over 90 volunteers from our corporate sponsors, the corporate sponsors giving their gifts, and all of our media outlets like you, Jordan, that have just given up their day and their schedules to really show that we want to help our neighbors in need.
Well, you know, you and I chatted, I think, the day after the tornado hit. And I kid about my text messaging abilities here when I was able to send $10 by going to American Red Cross, Red Cross at 90999. It's so easy that I could do it. So that's just one way people can help. There are other ways people can help, because these people, I was just going over your sheet here of the fact sheets. I mean, this is ongoing. We have people living in shelters. We have people that are homeless, and they're going to be homeless for a long time.
They will be.
And they have needs. And the governor, the lieutenant governor is going to be with us. The government has responded well. People have responded well. But you're out in the front line. So one of the ways people can do is by texting Red Cross 90999. Another way is come up and give a donation. Corporately, we've been very fortunate.
Absolutely.
And even as we're on the air today, we've been very, very fortunate to have a lot of wonderful corporate sponsors. We have wonderful people that have come up and been able to give us $5 or $10 or $20, whatever it is. There's other ways of doing it. People at home listening to this radio show, how can they contribute?
They can go right online to www.redcrosscwm.org, and they can designate their gift to where they want to see that money make the most difference. And right now it's Central and Western Massachusetts that needs our help. And it's very easy. They can make their amount, their wish, and make that wish come true. And they're feeding individuals, they're clothing individuals, and they're providing that vital help that is still needed today.
And what we don't need, folks, and I don't want to be brash about this, but what the Red Cross does not need, they don't need blankets, they don't need clothes, they don't have the capabilities to be able to do this, and the people don't need this right now. What they need is the help, the care, almost the emergency type of care that you're giving right now. We've got, you know, we have an opportunity because we didn't get hit, thank God. You know, I'm sitting here, I complained here, I was kidding before, I got here at 1 o'clock, it was pouring rain. Our great tent is leaking, and I got water all over me. I know Jim was wet this morning, but he's been wet under the arm for a long time. But anyway, you know, and I'm complaining. Then I stopped, and I said, my God, what am I complaining about?
Right.
I have nothing to complain about.
Absolutely. When you drive through those neighborhoods still today, you know, June 1st was when it happened, and here we are on the 17th, and still people do not have a home to return to. There are cellar holes, or there are just chimneys standing up where there used to be a home. And then right next door is a home that's still standing. It doesn't make any sense at all as to who was affected. Everybody was affected in a different way, whether it was damage to their home or their home was destroyed. We have hundreds, if not thousands, of our neighbors that have a need, whether it's mental health or clothing or financial assistance, and that work will go on for months and months to come.
Tell us a little bit too about you know, people are little suspects sometimes when it comes to contributions, charities. You know, we read a lot of paper. We always read about, you know, the crook, you know, the rip-off artist. Tell us about the Red Cross and the structure of where this money goes.
The Red Cross, we all believe, is a trusted symbol, a symbol of help and hope and comfort. And 92 cents of every dollar donated goes to direct services. Though
92 cents.
92 cents of every dollar. And what the Better Business Bureau, they set a gauge at 65 cents or more. And we're so proud to be able to say that 92 cents of every dollar is to direct care. We are turning your compassion into direct care. You
know, let me tell you, folks, from a business perspective, I was in business for a lot of years. It's pretty difficult to run a business with 8% overhead. I can tell you that right now. Most of our business businesses that I was involved with, 8% is not a number you can get to.
Right.
If you can provide the levels of services that you do, the emergency services that you do, and the ongoing continuum of those services for 8%, I mean, that's just an amazing number. So everyone out there listening to the show tonight, or at any of our counterparts out there, our competitors out there, there are no competitors today, by the way. We're in a media blitz here. There are no competitors. This is not about our radio station versus someone else's radio station, or Charter TV3 versus something else. This is about a community. So you can be guaranteed that if you give $10, okay, that $10, 92 cents out of a dollar, that's $9.20 is going directly to servicing people. That's an amazing number.
And there's a reason for that too, Jordan. It's because of the numbers that we're looking at on that piece of paper. 570 Red Cross workers have been on site. They're volunteers. There are 8 paid staff working on this job, and the rest are volunteers, people like you and I who have regular jobs, regular lives, and they've given up their lives for 3 weeks at a time to put everything on hold and to deploy to this site. We have people from New York, New Jersey, California coming here to help us. We had our volunteers in Tuscaloosa and Joplin. They came home to help their own neighbors in need, and when they came home, they said, this is worse than what we had seen in Alabama and worse than what we have seen in Missouri, and these are our families.
Anytime we get cynical in our own lives, you ought to think about that. And we all have that level sometimes of cynicism that comes in. But just think about people that volunteer. It's always an amazing number when you talk about your volunteers at the Red Cross. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, I've done my share of stuff in the community, and everyone comes around and says, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I've never done this kind of stuff, of giving up my job for 3 weeks and volunteering and going somewhere to help people. I mean, that takes a very, very special kind of person.
It really is what keeps me going. You know? These people that put themselves behind the American Red Cross.
Thank you, honey. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you. And thank you for your donation.
It will go to the disaster. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you, hon. We appreciate it. Anyway, back at the farm.
Yes.
The animals are hungry. Going to feed the animals. I don't know what that means. I just say things. That's why I write these notes down here about Pearl and chopped his head off.
Pearl dropped his head and then dragged a VS.
She's laughing at my notes about this highly skilled radio show. I write notes as I'm talking because I talk for a living, and I have Pearl chopped his head off. And now I wrote the note, and I have no idea what Pearl chopped his head off means.
Scary behind this desk. I don't know that I want to sit next to you.
And then I got Mogadishu. They dragged them through. I have no idea because I'm not even doing this kind of a show today, but I write these notes anyway. See? You think this is easy? Anyway, talk to us.
He looks good, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does look good because you sent him home to clean up. That's why.
Look at him. So back to our clients.
All right, let's talk about
We have to be serious about them, and we are here today for a very special reason, and we want to see this traffic bumper to bumper over here in front of us. Let's line up the streets for the next couple of hours, and then most importantly, visit the Tornadoes tonight. Get your tickets for tomorrow night's game, because tomorrow night is a celebration. It's a celebration of what City Manager Mike O'Brien brought together, what the media did to get us all here to say Worcester cares.
Yeah, and you know, there is a wonderful opportunity tomorrow night because the game starts at 5:30. There's going to be all sorts of fun things going on, dunk tanks, all sorts of things for the family. The tickets are $15. All sorts of challenges out there, underwriting by CSX and other corporations.
Unbelievable.
All of these funds are going to the American Red Cross, so we can really make a difference. And just think how good we're all going to feel as a community on Monday morning.
And we're so excited to announce how much we've raised, and I'm trying to bite my tongue because it's not nearly enough yet. We're not there yet, Jordan, and it's incredible what we've seen come through today, but the needs are there and they're real. And the reason is that it's not just the tornado victims, it's the 40 units that were displaced by fire in Fitchburg this week. So on top of responding to the tornado, we're now responding to 60 individuals who have lost their homes to a fire. And this is what our team is about. This is what the Red Cross volunteers are doing night after night. They may be tired from the tornado response, but they got up at 2 o'clock in the morning and they went to Fitchburg, and they're still there today. Yeah, and that's another thing, and I'm glad you brought that up. You know, every disaster, and the proportions of that disaster vary. If it's a personal disaster, then that's the most important thing in someone's life.
but we have a house fire and we have displaced people. The Red Cross is there taking care of that problem. Sometimes, you know, that story hits the newspaper, hits the radio that day. It's not tomorrow's story.
Right.
But this is what you have to do. So at the same time that you have proportionally have this massive disaster that hits, we have individual disasters that are hitting all the time in central Massachusetts that you have to, you know, muster up the forces to take care of these people. It's an amazing feat.
When we look at July 1st, since last July, 125 fires in central Massachusetts.
So we had plenty of them in Worcester, by the way.
Absolutely. 920 individuals have lost their homes. So we're still providing services to them, and that is why the funds are needed. They're looking for new homes with rental assistance and security deposits and medication prescriptions. Anything you think of what somebody might need to rebuild their lives, that is what the Red Cross Volunteer is providing day after day.
I don't know how you do it, kid. I really don't.
It's an honor.
Well, it's more than an honor. You're a very, very, very special person, and the Red Cross is very lucky to have you.
Thank you.
This community is very lucky to have you.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
We're going to take a little break. Well, I got 2 minutes? I'm going to talk to some more. I'm not taking any break. Well, I don't know. Anyway.
Yes.
So tomorrow night is the big game. We're going to be here till 6 o'clock. And by the way, there are people all over Worcester, media people all over Worcester right now as we speak that are doing this.
There are.
All of our radio stations are doing this. And these are the kind of things that are happening around here that are absolutely outstanding, and it's a great opportunity for all of us to participate and do our thing.
It really is, and I just want to give a special shout out to Kate McAvoy, who really helped with the planning from Harvard Pilgrim. She really went above and beyond. It was her first week at the new job, and she really just got this in order. And David Clemens with the operations from Worcester Emergency Management.
Eric Schultz is no dummy to hire her.
Exactly. She is in the right place, and they really stepped forward in the corporate sponsorship that we've seen. Our friends from Unum that are here and volunteering their time. It is just that sense of community and pride that keeps us going.
And Kate's it's interesting you mention it, because Kate's one of those very special people that volunteers. Her mother has always been involved in this community.
Yes.
I know Kate dearly because she's one of my daughter's best friends, and they grew up together. And this is what makes a community. People like Kate McAvoy and people like you and the Red Cross and all of our wonderful, wonderful people that listen to this show and have been friends of ours and supporters, and the volunteers and the people that give contributions. This is a great community.
It is.
And I'm very proud of it. I really am.
And we should be proud. And we thank you for your continued support. And Mike, and let's really end this day with a bang. We've got some incredible auctions going on right now. And really, let's.
And by the way, Jacoby Ellsbury's shirt, we just got a $500 bid on it.
Wow, that is fantastic.
So we're working our way through. We got $500 on the basketball. We got $1,000 on the Red Sox tickets. You can bid those up. And by the way, that bidding ends at 6 o'clock tonight.
Yes, it does.
So, folks, get it in here. All right, Nicole. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you, hon.
Thank
you. All right. I haven't seen you in ages.
But the good thing was you recognized me.
I recognized you right away. Right
Thanks,
away.
Jordan. I appreciate that.
It. How you doing?
Well, this has just been an unbelievable day, Jordan. You know, when what I remember seeing first as I drove up to one of our drop-off spots, people in the pouring rain with their clear ponchos on, and underneath you could read Worcester Cares, and it just like said it all. There they were with their basket and collecting money from people who were putting donations in of all amounts, $1. Someone handed me $100, and the Worcester Cares just really says it all.
Well, you know, I think Worcester does care. We know that. We know historically we do, and the Red Cross has been such an important central piece of so many, unfortunately, many good things. From training people on CPR or how to swim, or
keeping people in touch with their loved ones around the world.
So it's not just disasters, but with so many disasters, individual disasters and complex disasters, and I know you've got a pearl in Nicole Valentine. I mean,
yes, I do.
Or a diamond. I don't know which one you want to call it. Diamond, pearl, I don't know. We call it whatever you want.
She is public affairs extraordinaire.
Yeah, she does a wonderful job. She really does, and she has done a great job with us and working with us. And Lisa, what can you say to people? And we're looking to raise another $1,000 at this site. There are sites all over Worcester. There's a ball game here tonight. There's going to be a ball game tomorrow. This is an opportunity for the whole community to come together
and help their neighbors in need. I had never been to a site that had been destroyed through a tornado, and how eerie that was to see the path of the tornado. You might have lived in a home that was untouched, and the house next to you or across the street in the path of a tornado completely obliterated. I mean, it was very eerie, and as most disaster clients say to us, I never thought it would happen to me. And it can happen to anybody, whether it be this tornado or we just had a huge fire in Fitchburg this week. The local home fires still happen. We're still responding. We're still helping people. We respond to a disaster every third day on average. So unfortunately, they happen. Could be anybody, and we need to stand up and help each other during these times, especially on these large disasters that have affected so many.
And this is a way that we all can participate. You know, when I first talked to Nicole the day after the tornado hit and said, what can we do? And she said about texting the Red Cross. I've told this story 50 times today, but it's just amazing that I can text. You know, I mean, really, you know, but that was the first thing that we could do. Mike and I did it on the show. That's the first thing we can do, you know, and that's
how
an easy thing.
Is that?
How easy? $10 goes, and you really don't miss it. I know things are tough for a lot of people out there, and these are not easy times, but it's not easy for the people who've lost every single thing they have.
Yes.
They lost their home, they lost their pictures,
animals.
They lost every. I looked around my house and I looked at all of the things that are so important to me about part of my life, and I just can't imagine having all that just wiped away in a matter of a second. Gone. And there's no replacement for it. Yeah, you can build a house, but you can't really rebuild your life that easy.
The irreplaceable thing.
Yeah, so
those photographs.
But what we can do through generations of people supporting the Red Cross, what we can do is provide the services that you people do so well, and to make their lives just a little bit. Not easier, but a little bit more palatable during this very, very difficult time.
I think our services make it easier for people to rebuild their lives, which is what we help people do.
And this is all we can do.
91 cents of every dollar goes to direct service.
It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing.
We're proud of that.
Thank you for what you do. You do a great job.
Thank you, Jordan.
All right.
You've been a tremendous supporter, and we appreciate it.
Nice to have you back.
Thank you.
Well, we're over $214,000, folks, today in this event. Over $214,000. The media day today, we've raised over $51,000. That's an amazing thing. My thank you to all of my colleagues in different radio stations around Worcester. Thanks, guys and gals, for a wonderful, wonderful job. It's really an honor to deal with people in our profession that put their heart and soul in it the way they all did. And I know we're competitors every day, but we weren't competitors today.